All right, everybody. I thought I'd give a quick video on cutting a bell housing off of a R46RH or a A518 small block bell housing to put on an ultra bell for a big block. It's going to go into a 67 Plymouth Fury. There's a few videos out there on cutting it, but I thought I'd kind of hit on some points that seem to be lacking a little bit. Number one is exactly where to start cutting, right? So here's kind of what I found out, and analysis paralysis on my part. I don't want to screw this up. So here you go. I saw a few videos where they cut or drilled some holes here around, and totally makes sense. What I couldn't figure out is how deep to go. So the idea here, after you read the instructions and kind of look at everything, the idea here is that you want this flange right here, this mating surface. This is going to go against this machine surface on the pump, right? There's a step here that comes down and then goes over the top of this lip. Now, the interesting part that I kind of discovered is that I did measuring from here to here, and there is a bigger step from here to here. The measurement is bigger, right? It's a bigger step than what is machined here to here. So the interesting part is going to be, what do I have to do? Because in the instructions it says, do not grind this, don't touch it, which I would agree with. But if this thing does not come all the way down and hits this, I'm going to have to probably just touch it really quick. But anyway, to go to the cutting, what I did is you take this piece right here, this top lip, and I just went straight out and drilled a 1/8 hole all the way around. The idea here is that if I do this straight out, I'll have more than enough material to kind of go back in. And if you can see down here too, this is flush as well, all the way around here. So the idea here is going to be cut down through all of this. It's going to be a pain in the ass, I'm sure, but we'll see what happens. Then the next part is, because I live out in BFE, Montana, I don't have a lot of choices, hardware stores and whatnot to go find pieces. What do you cut it with? So only thing I could find is just for metal, stainless, nothing that's aluminum specific. I saw this DeWalt steel cutting wheel, diamond edge. I have no idea if this is going to work. I might have just wasted a lot of money on this. So I've got a few different methods here that I can kind of go through and see what happens. And I'll start this thing and come back and let you know how the hell it worked, or if it didn't, or if I throw this away. Who knows? All right, everybody. So got it. Not as clean as I would like it, but you can't see this when it's in the car. So I'm actually okay. The OCD part of me hates it, but it's okay. I did put a feeler gauge through this kind of close area right here. Yeah, it's pretty close, but feeler gauge goes through there, so it seats. I did have to take that lip and sand it down a little bit, because if I didn't do that, when I just cinch these down, even just, these are just by hand because the stock ones are too short, but just cinching this down, it was not seating against the pump. And if you don't seat against that pump, it'll leak. Absolutely 100% guaranteed it will leak. So you've got to be able to get this mating surface, this bell, flat against that pump. So the only way to do that, maybe I can do this with one hand, we'll see here. If I was smart, I'd let electricity do the work for me, right? So this piece, this right around here, was too high. It was keeping that bell housing from seating against the flat part of this pump. Didn't take a lot, just touched it all the way around, but that was enough. The other big pain in the ass piece right here, you know, other videos are like, yeah, I don't want to do this, get it to, you know, the pan rail too thin. You don't really have a choice. It actually comes all the way down to this piece right here, and there's a little boss. So a little bit of a pain. As far as the tools to use, I didn't use that, so I'll be taking that back, get some money back, grab a 6-pack. Use this little cutting wheel. Loud, wasn't the best, but it worked. You cannot use this all the way around though. You can't get into little areas right in here because of the bell housing. You're gonna, you know, fitting, if you leave the fitting on, you know, it is what it is. But that side for sure, you can't get it in there. So I ended up using a little Sawzall blade, about 4 inches long, 5 inches long. And then was able to kind of just get into this area here, finish it up, and then use the flapper disc to clean it all up, and I'm done. So now I get to pull the entire transmission apart and rebuild it. But that is the ins and outs. What I found works or doesn't work. Yeah, see, I hate that. A little wavy. Sucks. Am I going to be the only one that knows it? Yep. It's going to bug me? Yep. All right. Thanks for watching.